Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH The Flame Emperor episode number 88 based on novel. So let's start. I can't imagine that the person with the heavy ruler is mediocre in strength, but his own 4-star Do Emperor's perfect strength made me, a 6-star Do Emperor, feel a sense of fear in the early days. It seems that he must have a lot of secrets. Fortunately, he didn't come after him in the end, otherwise it would have been a hard fight. In a room, the barefooted woman Lin Zhu sat cross-legged on the bed and muttered to herself. Forget it, let's talk about it later. I don't know what happened to senior sister. Although senior sister is the strength of the late 8-star Do D, many people are thinking about it. Master, come quickly. After Lin Zhu finished speaking, she sorted out her appearance a little, put on a pair of hats, and then out of his room, looking at the appearance, he went to pick up his senior sister. The East Gate outside Xianling City, there are very few people going in and out at night, so some investigations are relatively lax, and the roads are sparsely populated, and people in Xianling City turn a blind eye to some things that are secretly operated to kill people and steal goods. 1 eye. About 10 kilometers away from the East Gate of Xianling City, on a forest rock path, there are hardly any traces of people here. The barefoot woman was walking slowly. The barefooted woman was dressed in azure clothes, her complexion was extremely delicate, and a slight tulle covered her face. Who, come out? A cold snort appeared directly from the woman's lips. With such a keen perception, Bing Xin, the third disciple of the poison sect, is indeed well deserved. A hearty laughter came from all directions. People from the Tujia? Bing Xin heard the words, her eyes were slightly wrinkled under the veil, obviously not knowing when their poison sect had a grudge against this Tujia. You have something on your body that makes many people jealous. A powerhouse at the mid-level of the 8-star Do D, then it depends on whether you have the ability. Bing Xin snorted coldly, her jade hand raised slightly, and she did not give the soil walker a chance to breathe, and went straight to it. Bing Shan beauty is really. Seeing this, the Earthwalker also suddenly stimulated his own fighting chi. This Bing Xin is a powerhouse of the 8-star Do D perfection level, and he is also cultivating poison attribute fighting chi. Can't walk around. Around the rocky path, there are a few strong men with hidden breaths lurking. Head of the regiment, the woman is actually the third disciple of the poison sect. 8-star Do DS perfection level strength is too much for us now. The coyote said to the woman beside him. It seems that other than us, there are other people who are rushing towards this thing. The perfect strength of the 8-star Do Emperor is too difficult for us, and it seems that there are other strong people here, their strength even stronger than the 8-star Do D. The woman nodded when she heard the words. Then head, what should we do? The emaciated figure of the coyote said slightly. Let's go, that kid from the burning incense pavilion should have time too. Let's prepare to go to the desert first. Where are the things that are more attractive than this fire unicorn erysipelas? After the woman finished speaking, she slowly disappeared here. Hearing the words, the coyote also followed, and then the soul power in his mind was activated, in order to give Xiao Yang's soul power a meeting place. Duke Dan, who do you think will win between the two? Beside the King Dan, a handsome-looking man spoke slowly. Hey, it's hard to say, one is the strength of the Tujia Earthwalker in the middle stage of the 8-star Do Di, and the other is the strength of the third disciple of the poison sect, the 8-star Do Emperor's perfection level. If it wasn't for this Earthwalker's cultivation of Earth attribute Do Chi, I'm afraid I've already been defeated. Dan Wangchen heard the words and thought. If it weren't for the fact that this fire Chidan was too precious, I'm afraid that with the temperament of the Dan King, he would definitely not invite this great to go out. The reward for asking this person to go out is too high, even Dan Wangchen can't help but feel a little heartache. Don't worry, I'm here, as long as it's not King Xianling, this thing can't escape. Seemingly aware of the subtle change in King Pill's heart, the man next to him also spoke. This time, please, Master Lu. After Chen Xin finished speaking, she also focused her eyes on the battle. Hehe, it's really lively this time. In a vague place, the figure of Zhu Laro appeared, but it just disappeared in a flash. Look at the move. Bing Xin snorted coldly, and the cyan battle chi all over her body instantly emerged, and then her figure shook and disappeared in place. The blue-colored Do Chi on Bing Xin's body was extremely strange. The moment the blue-colored Do Chi appeared, the surrounding space shook violently. What a poisonous fighting chi. The Earthwalker recognized at a glance the poison contained in Bing Xin's blue-colored fighting chi. If such a terrifying poison hit him, his fate would be extremely miserable. Just when the Earthwalker was surprised, Bingxin had already disappeared in place, and when Bingxin appeared, he had come to the back of the Earthwalker, and the cyan grudge instantly gathered in his hand, the jade hand turned slightly sideways, facing the earth. The traveler's Tianling cover was suddenly photographed. This seemingly simple palm contains extremely terrifying poisonous fighting qi. Drink. Seeing this, the soil walker didn't panic, his feet suddenly landed on the ground, and a thick yellow do qi as heavy as Mount Tai appeared out of thin air. At the moment when this vindictive qi appeared, a thick rock barrier appeared on the body of the soil walker, and it took the poisonous palm of Bingxin abruptly. Although Bingxin's blow was smashed by the Earthwalker, only the Earthwalker knew that his terrifying rock defense had just been corroded at a speed visible to the naked eye under the highly poisonous attack of Bingxin. Such a terrifying poison, if time lasts a little longer, I am afraid it can directly penetrate one's own defense. Humph. What a hard turtle shell. Bingxin's beautiful eyes turned slightly. Although his attack just now corroded a lot of the rock defense, if you want to completely corrode the rock defense, you need a lot of fighting spirit. Furthermore, Bingxin felt that there seemed to be other obscure auras here, so she definitely wouldn't put herself in danger. Hihi, your poisonous fighting qi is powerful, but mine is an earth-type fighting qi. In terms of lasting power, you are not as good as me. The soil walker grinned. Really? That's not necessarily. Bingxin didn't panic in the slightest, but the cyan do qi appeared all over her body, and then the next moment, the cyan do qi wriggled strangely, and a cyan sword shadow appeared in her hand. What a terrifying poisonous fighting qi. Although the Earthwalker laughed, he was very shocked in his heart. The poisonous fighting qi that Bingxin cultivated has actually reached this point. Do qi condensed. This is quite a profound method. Moreover, the Earthwalker felt a fatal wave from the blue sword shadow condensed by the ice core. What a terrifying sword energy. Behind a certain rock, two men with matching swords spoke up. These two people are the people of Wanjianmen, the leader of the super sect. A native of Tujia. Pick up my sword. Bing Xinyu held the cyan sword body in her hand, and a huge vindictive force continuously emerged from her body, and then poured into the cyan sword body in her hand. Small worm carving trick. The soil walker murmured, but the terrifying yellow vindictive aura was emerging from his body. The strength of the 8-star Do D in the middle stage is undoubtedly on display. The next moment, the Earthwalker did not hesitate to spend a huge amount of vindictive energy, laying dozens of rock barriers around him in a row. This Bingxin is an 8-star Do D perfection level powerhouse, and the poisonous fighting qi that he cultivates is even more terrifying, so the Earthwalkers definitely dare not underestimate the enemy. What a terrifying woman. After doing all this, the Earthwalker breathed a sigh of relief and slowly stared at Bingxin, only to find that Bingxin at this moment seemed to be in a state of tranquility, standing silently in the same place. If it weren't for the terrifying fluctuations slowly exuding from the cyan sword in his hand, the Earthwalker would definitely think that the woman was asleep. But is this really the case? Just when the soil walker was thinking, Bing was moved. Bingxin's beautiful eyes opened instantly, and a majestic killing intent suddenly emerged. The figure was moving, roaring towards the place where the soil walker was. The extreme speed brought a terrifying strong wind. Bing Xinyu held the cyan sword in his hand, and the tip of the sword pointed directly at the soil walker, like a wild horse that had run away, attacking the soil walker like a broken bamboo. Bang bang bang! A series of rock-breaking sounds appeared, and at the same time, a rare heaviness appeared in the pupils of the soil walker. Because what the soil walker saw in his pupils was that Bingxin suddenly urged his fighting qi to gather on the cyan sword in his hand, and then with a mighty aura he faced the dozens of defenses around here. One strike. That is, he broke the 8 rock defenses he had arranged, leaving only 2 defenses left. The Earthwalker also saw that the cyan sword body in Bingxin's hand was not simple. The terrifying sword energy had just touched the rock defense, and an extremely terrifying force of corrosion appeared in an instant. First, the force of corrosion eroded his own body. Defense, followed by a terrifying sword energy. No wonder this Bingxin was accepted as the 3rd disciple by the master of the poison sect. No wonder he was able to break his 8 layers of defense with one blow. After a short stalemate, Bingxin found that the soil walker's last second layer of defense could not be broken at all, no longer stopped, just closed his hand, and then jumped a few steps towards the rear. Where to go? Rock thrust. Seeing this, the soil walker would have let go of this good opportunity, his body filled with fighting spirit, and he shouted loudly. The attack that Bingxin just launched cost a lot of money, so the soil walker seized this opportunity and attacked directly. Boom boom boom. As the soil walker shouted, Bingxin suddenly realized something was wrong. The next moment, Bingxin felt that something was about to burst out of the ground, and then jumped away. Bingxin's front foot just left. On the ground, above the original ground, a huge rock of dozens of meters suddenly emerged from the ground. The top of the rock is extremely sharp. If such sharpness hits the key, I am afraid it can cause serious injuries in an instant. What a sharp rock thrust. Bingxin flashed past, and found that the place where he was originally had been destroyed by a sharp rock pillar of dozens of meters. Come again. The Earthwalker shouted angrily. During the battle at this time, Soilwalker kept calling sharp rock thrusts to attack Bingxin, but every attack was easily dodged by Bingxin. Sweat, obviously such a high-intensity profligate vindictiveness, even a Soilwalker in the middle stage of the 8-star Do Emperor can't stand such profligacy. This Bingxin is really strange. The people of the poison sect mainly practice poison fighting chi, and they mainly use thunder and poison to kill the enemy. I have never heard of the people of the poison sect using swordsmanship. Under the rock, the two held among the silhouettes with swords, an older man said. These two people are the people of Wan Jianmen, known as the head of the Shentian super sect. The elder is called Zhen Wuqing, and he has a high status in Wan Jianmen. If you add that terrifying sword intent, I am afraid it will be no problem to deal with the complete powerhouse of the 8-star Do D. The other young man by Zhen Wuqing's side, named Kendama, is a powerhouse in the early stage of the 6-star Do D concerned. Kendama was slightly puzzled when she heard the words. Look at it, I always feel that something is wrong. Zhen Wuqing shook his head and said, my little junior brother, although the sword intent he has cultivated is even more terrifying than himself, but because of this, he doesn't know about some human relationships. Although I don't know if there is anything strange about this poison sect woman, but with the terrifying fluctuations on her body, this will be a very strong opponent. Kendama murmured, and a rare fiery flash appeared in her pupils. Because apart from the elders in the Wanjianmen sect, among his peers, Kendama basically can't find an enemy, so now seeing this 8-star Do Emperor's perfection level Bingxin, the monstrous fighting spirit in his heart also emerged. Hey, we came here this time mainly to find out the final ownership of this fire Chidan, so don't have any other strange thoughts. After all, I vaguely feel that there are some other powerful auras here besides us. Zhen ruthlessly looked around and said, Senior brother, you mean? Kendama said in surprise as if she knew something. It's not someone from the Xianling royal family, there is no reason for them to secretly steal the things they auctioned off. But what makes me even more strange is that the Xianling royal family auction has just ended. Some of the powerful auras in it have disappeared, I don't know if it's my illusion. Zhen Wuqing opened his mouth and said it can make him, a powerhouse in the early stage of the 8-star Do D, feel a vague aura. In this Xianling royal family, only the dragon-loving legion and the Xianling king will have it. I just don't know why their aura has disappeared. It should be senior brother, you are overthinking it. Kendama stared at the battle in front of her, and said casually. Obviously, the only things that Kendama was interested in were battles and sword intent. Hopefully. Zhen Wuqing was not thinking too much, but stared at the two people in front of him. The battle at this time seems to have reached the white-hot stage. The yellow aura of the Earthwalker's fighting chi has become disordered, and it is not at all stable at the beginning. It is obvious that the Earthwalker's fighting chi has gradually weakened due to this long-term deal with Bingxin. Stand up. The Earth-type fighting spirit doesn't seem to be as stable as Mount Tai as in the legend. Seeing this, Bingxin didn't move, but stood on a rock and looked at the soil walker whose forehead was full of sweat. 8-star Do DS consummation really deserves its reputation. I am ashamed. After the Earthwalker finished speaking, he withdrew his fighting spirit, and then looked directly at Bingxin. Farewell. After the two quietly looked at each other for a while, the soil walker said abruptly, Hey, soil walker, are you in such a hurry to leave? When old friends meet, why don't you stay and witness how Huokuden changed hands? Just as the soil walker was about to leave, a laughter came out. Why does this sound make me feel familiar? At the moment when the sound appeared, the Earthwalker felt a familiar feeling from the sound. It seemed that he had heard this sound before. And listening to this figure's tone, you are still old friends with yourself? Could it be that? Thinking of this, the soil walker turned his head with some difficulty. At this moment, a middle-aged figure slowly appeared on the rock that was far away from the ice core. With the appearance of this figure, the Earthwalker seemed to feel the grudge in his body trembling slightly. Master Lu. After the Earthwalker turned his head, he also said suddenly, with shock in his voice, Master Lu, this is the most famous casting master in Xianling City. As we all know, due to the complexity of Do Chi reaching its peak, Some other auxiliary cultivation methods have even been born. Among them, the dough formation masters and pharmacists that Xiao Yan cultivated are also branched out from dough qi. The foundry is also one of them. The so-called casting master is to use some extraterrestrial meteorites or extremely rare metals, and cooperate with extremely special techniques to forge them into magical weapon. Let's ask a 4-star dough D strong at the same level, excluding the gap between dough qigong and dough skills, the presence or absence of magical weapons will become the decisive role in the battle. The role of the magic weapon can greatly improve the user's combat ability, and this magic weapon can also be passed down from generation to generation. Its value is nothing compared to fighting qigong techniques or fighting skill. This Master Lu is the most famous foundry in the entire Shentian 3 days. It is said that he is already a 9th rank foundry, which is extremely close to the Pharaoh level foundry. The caster's rank is divided into the Emperor rank 1 to 10th rank, and after the 10th rank is the Immortal caster. The journey of cultivation is not all smooth sailing for everyone. Some people encounter bottlenecks that cannot be broken through. For the sake of insurance, they will not hit the bottlenecks. After all, if they fail, they will end up dead. But even if it doesn't hit the current bottleneck, the heart of becoming stronger is deeply ingrained in everyone's heart. For this reason, the foundry should also be born. The foundry is the gospel of this type of people. A magic weapon that is handy, its value is comparable to that of fighting qigong techniques. Therefore, the Dodi continent is the key to the outcome of the battle. On the basis of the original Do qigong techniques and fighting skills, weapons are added. Hey, Tujia boy, you should step back first. The hungry middle-aged man known as Master Lu smiled slowly. Even this Master Lu has been dispatched. After hearing the words, the soil traveler retreated from the fighting place and came to a huge rock, occasionally glancing at the figure beside Master Lu. Pil King Chen Xin? The next moment, the pupils of the Earthwalker suddenly became shocked. It seems that Master Lu must have been summoned by Dan Wang Chenshin. Hey, the alchemist is really a hornet's nest that can't be provoked. Seeing this, the Soil Walker immediately understood that Master Lu, who was as strong as the 9-star Dodi, would appear here. But it is said that this Alchemy King Chen Xin's alchemy technique is extremely terrifying, and if an alchemist wants to improve his pharmacist level, in addition to his soul power, his fighting spirit level is also essential. This Pil King Chen Xin's ambition is really not small. Earthwalker said secretly from the side. Master Lu. With the appearance of Master Lu, the hidden disciple of Wan Jianmen Zhenrui exclaimed. Senior brother, who is Master Lu? Kendama looked at Jian Wuqing suspiciously. Master Lu, this is an incredible figure. Our Wan Jianmen cultivates not only the conventional fighting spirit, but also combines its monstrous sword intent, so the value of a foundry is too precious to us who cultivate sword intent. Let me ask, only a good magic weapon can give full play to your sword intent, and the creator of this magic weapon is this casting master. As far as I know, this Master Lu is the most powerful casting master in the entire Shentian Santian. He has already stepped into the 9th rank Emperor rank. I am afraid that it is only a matter of time before he steps into the Immortal rank casting master. Immortal caster, then he will have the ability to forge immortal artifacts. Then, I am afraid that our sect master will be polite when we see him. Gen Men said solemnly. What a terrifying fluctuation. Kendama heard the words and nodded immediately. He also knew how terrifying the increase of his combat power was with a good divine weapon. But don't underestimate this Master Lu, because he is not only a forger of the 9th rank emperor, but also one of the best masters in the entire Xianling city, a powerhouse of the 9-star fighting emperor level. Jian Wuqing said in a deep voice road. A terrifying strength. When Kendama heard the words of his senior brother Jian Wuqing, he immediately cast his eyes on that Master Lu. Looking pleasing to the eye, Master Na Lu was dressed in white, his hair was black, and some other fluctuations were revealed in his dark pupils. His face was extremely gentle with a smile, and he looked harmless to humans and animals. His hands were gently wrapped around his chest. It's just that there are some scars of different degrees on the hands, and there are some strange iron rings on the wrists of both hands. I don't know what they are used for. I didn't expect that even this Master Lu was dispatched. Old Zhu's eyes were a little lazy, and then he glanced at the smiling Master Lu lightly. It seems that this Pil King Chen can't stand the loneliness and the bottleneck that has plagued him for so many years. Now that he has encountered this fire chi pill, naturally he will not let it go easily, but he can only invite this Master Lu, this Pil King Chen Xin is ready to bleed heavily this time. Old Zhu said with a smile. Oh, there seem to be 2 other little guys from Wan Jianmen. After Old Zhu finished speaking, he was slightly surprised at the rock beside him, and then his pupils kept turning, as if he was thinking about something. Damn it. 9-star Do Emperor level powerhouse. Bing Xin's beautiful eyes turned slightly, and then she saw the Master Lu who was standing opposite her, and an invisible pressure emanated from Master Na Lu. Hee, little baby, hand over your things. Master Lu said with a smile, without any fluctuations in fighting spirit, like an ordinary middle-aged man. But it is precisely because of this that Bing Xin is even more shocked. The strength of this Master Lu Joshing Dudi is really terrifying. Bing Xin's 8-star Do Emperor's perfection level strength seems to be almost the same as that of 9-star Do Emperor, but only Bing Xin knows that the 8-star Do Emperor's perfection to 9-star Do Emperor seems to be only a step away, but in fact it is like an abyss. End. Countless heaven's favored sons are stuck at the level of the 8-star Do D consummation. Once they break through the 8-star Do D and enter the 9-star Do D, then to a certain extent, they can step into the pinnacle of Do D, and they are the same as that Do Yan. Immediately. Humph. Your Excellency, this is a bit too bullying, right? Bing Xindai frowned and said. Even an 8-star Do Emperor level powerhouse as arrogant as Bing Xin has to be vigilant when facing Master Lu's 9-star Do Emperor level. Otherwise, if you are not careful, you will have a big accident. I'm short-handed, I'm just doing things for others. Master Lu said nonchalantly, and after he finished speaking, he didn't forget to glance at the King Pil Chenshin behind him. This time, it's all up to Master. Seeing this, Chenshin said to Master Lu with satisfaction. Humph. I want to see how terrifying the 9-star Do Emperor is. After Bing Xin finished speaking, the blue-colored Do Qi instantly appeared all over her body, ready to launch an attack. Come on then. Master Lu said casually, and his smile instantly solidified after speaking, and a terrifying wave of fighting spirit permeated instantly. Bing Xinmei's eyes shrank, because an invisible suppression instantly emanated from Master Na Lu. With the strength of Master Lu's Joshing Do Di showing no doubt, a terrifying pressure instantly suppressed Bing Xin's aura. Even Bing Xin vaguely felt the vindictiveness in her body trembling all at once. Bing Xin knows that opportunities are always reserved for those who are prepared, and she cannot give up hope at any time, otherwise, under the eyes of Master Joshing Do Dilu, she will never have a chance to leave. Poisonous hand. Bing Xin was not too long-winded, and the poisonous blue-colored Do Qi suddenly appeared all over her body. Although she was suppressed by Master Lu's Joshing Do Di's strength, Bing Xin did not admit defeat so easily. Because Bing Xin has a fire chidan on her body, this fire chidan is undoubtedly a life-saving straw for the current poison sect, so even if she is fighting for her last breath, Bing Xin will definitely not hand over this thing. Poisonous hand. As soon as it came out, a very viscous green liquid appeared on Bing Xin's jade hand. Bing Xin's figure burst out instantly, the speed was increased to the extreme, and then it whistled at the other rock where Master Lu was standing. And go. Boom boom boom. Just when Bing Xin brought his rotten hands to Master Lu with 3 meters left, Master Lu move. Master Lu snorted coldly, and at the same time, a black grudge emerged from Master Lu in an instant. Do Qi is essentially black, but there is a faint hint of white in the black. Black and white blending together, in the realm of life and death, fighting immortals. However, it seems that Master Lu is now at the level of rank 5 Do DS perfection. Old Zhu's eyes are so old, he can see the exact strength of Master Lu at a glance. With the emergence of black Do Qi in Master Lu's body, Bing Xin only felt that the closer he was to this Master Lu, the Do Qi in his body trembled uncontrollably. But Bing Xin didn't have time to think too much. At this time, the attack had reached the point where the arrow had to be sent on the string. It suddenly suppressed the trembling of his inner vindictiveness. Master Lu waved away. Shabu. The terrifying green viscous liquid was mixed with violent toxins, like locusts. Wherever it passed, nothing would grow, but a strange scene appeared. The viscous green liquid suddenly stagnated in the space 3 meters away from Master Lu. Bing Xin's beautiful eyes moved, and found that the black grudge on Master Lu's body was very strange, and he actually intercepted his highly poisonous liquid directly. It felt like that, as if his attack had hit an indestructible rock. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't move forward. Damn it. 9-star Do D is really not what I am now, but I can handle it. Even if it was a simple fight, Bing Xin knew the current situation. So after a simple test, Bing Xin knew that Master Lu's strength was terrifying, and it was definitely not something she could handle. I don't know if the sect master has received the news. At this time, Bing Xin felt a little helpless. When they just photographed this fire chidan, they secretly sent a message to their poison sect master. After all, this fire chidan is very important. But not the slightest bit sloppy. Hey, little baby, come again. After Master Lu finished speaking, his figure flashed, and he attacked Bingxin in an instant. Seeing this, Bingxin had to flash quickly, but fortunately, Master Lu didn't have the intention to kill. In addition to the fact that he had cultivated quite good fighting skills, he was also slowly dealing with Master Lu. The distant eastern land, this is the wild land located in the east of Zhuangtianshan. There are countless powerful monsters and some unknown secrets. At this moment, a rather beautiful woman was slowly spreading her wings behind her, and quickly emitting it towards Shen Tiantian. The woman was dressed in green fighting spirit, and her hair was like 3,000 pieces of silk fluttering in the wind, which looked quite beautiful, but on top of her pretty face, it was covered by a mask, revealing only a pair of beautiful eyes, beautiful eyes. Turning slightly, it was indescribably beautiful, and the doji wing behind the woman was impressively green, and the skyrocketing speed was under the control of the woman with ease. The two little guys Bingxin and Lin Zhu said they captured the fire unicorn pill. I hope these Shen Santian people don't cause more trouble, otherwise the prestige of our poison sect will spread again. The woman said to herself, slightly muttered to himself. After the woman finished speaking, she didn't hesitate, her speed was skyrocketing. It's just that on the woman, a black and white fighting spirit slowly surrounded her. If Elder Zhu was here, he would definitely find out that this woman is the sect master of the poison sect. A true fighting immortal powerhouse. Inside Shenling City. Father, we are bound to get the fire Chidan. Why did you only send Sun Dalong there? Inside a room, Sun Xiong said, extremely dissatisfied. If he got this fire Chidan, then his father might be able to use the power of this fire Chidan to break through to Dozian. There is an unwritten rule in the entire Shen Santian. Once a certain family has a strong fighting immortal, then this family will undoubtedly be able to instantly become one of the super sect. This is the terrifying point of the fighting immortals. Haha, this fire Chidan is a hot potato, we should not touch it. Send Sun Dalong just to temper him a little bit. This man is young and energetic, and there will be some defiant people who are hard to destroy. And according to the news I got, the people who are staring at this thing are the 2-Jia middle stage 8-star duty Soilwalker, and also the Dan Wang Chenshin and Wan Jianmen people. After the Sun family master finished speaking, he looked at in the distance, I don't know what to think. Alas. Sun Xiong heard the words, so he had no choice but to do it, and then quietly exited the room. Someone. After a while, the head of the Sun family suddenly drank it. Patriarch. A powerful servant appeared instantly. Send someone to keep an eye on King Shenling, notify me as soon as there is anything. The head of the Sun family also said. Yes. After the servant finished speaking, he just disappeared. I don't know why, but I always feel that this King Shenling will make a big move. Send a whole dragon-loving legion to surround and suppress the Medusa family. After finishing speaking, the head of the Sun family sat down slowly without hesitation. Among the natives. I don't know how Master Earthwalker is doing now. Father sent him to the fire unicorn pill, I hope the master is safe. It was night, and in a room, Tu Lingyu was lying on the windowsill with his chin in his hands, staring slightly at the distance. Xiao Yang, he is really a rare opponent. After Tu Ling finished speaking, his cheeks couldn't help but turn red. Few people have come into his eyes for so many years, but this Xiao Yang undoubtedly made him quite satisfied. Because regardless of strength or appearance, even the extremely picky earth spirit couldn't find any faults in Xiao Yang. Inside the Shenling royal family, in a rather luxurious room, Blood Rose sat cross-legged, a pair of perfectly symmetrical legs slightly crossed, revealing a very attractive arc. King Shenling. Isn't the Medusa family so easy to deal with, let alone the 9-colored sky-swallowing python from the royal family in the Medusa family? The people who dispatched the entire worship hall, this time let me see whether you want to lose everything or gain a lot. The 9-star Do Emperor's reputation really lives up to its reputation. Bingxin wiped the blood from the corner of her mouth, and then spoke slightly. Just now, Master Lu had been attacking. Although the attack was only a slight means, it caused a lot of pressure on Bingxin. After all, this Master Lu is not only a forging master of the 9th rank of Emperor rank, but also a Do Emperor powerhouse whose strength is comparable to that of the 9-star Do Emperor rank 5. For Bingxin, it is really too tricky. No, I can't spend it like this. Otherwise, the things on my body will fall into their hands sooner or later. Bingxin raised her forehead, glanced into the distance, and slowly muttered to herself. It seems that he can only use poison to block his vision and retreat first. But I don't know if he will be fooled. Bingxin's pupils beat rapidly, and then a very light jade bottle appeared in her palm. The jade bottle is extremely small and transparent, but the green viscous liquid inside can be seen from the outside. Little baby, give up your resistance. As long as you hand over your things, I will naturally not embarrass you. Master Lu said with a smile. Dream. Bing Xin rolled her eyes, and then the fighting qi in her body tumbled very fast. Looking at the appearance, it is obvious that he is preparing to perform some terrifying fighting skills. Are you ready to go all out? Zhu Laro was under the rock next to him, closely watching the battle situation. Once there was any change in the battle situation, Zhu Laro would take action as soon as possible, so that the fire Chidan would fall into the correct place. Own hands. When the time comes, the real fighting immortal will be just around the corner. 8-star Do DS consummation is to possess such a majestic Do Qi, and the people of the poison sect are indeed well deserved. However, that's the end of it. After Master Lu finished speaking, his lazy body and eyes suddenly became solemn, and a black aura of death continued to emanate from his body. The sky is full of poison. Bing Xin snorted coldly, and at the same time, an extremely huge green fighting qi burst out from the body. After the green battle qi burst out, instead of attacking the direction of Master Lu for the first time, he directly swallowed the jade bottle in his hand, and then rushed straight into the sky. After the jade bottle was devoured by Bing Xin's green vindictive energy, the jade bottle shattered instantly, but the viscous green liquid surprisingly did not disperse. What is she doing? In a dark corner, Kendama stared blankly at Bing Xin, wondering why she gave up such a good opportunity to attack Master Lu. Haha, this Bing Xin is indeed the mainstay of the poison sect. Jian Wuqing couldn't help but praise him when he saw this. Senior brother. Kendama was just about to speak, but was unexpectedly stopped by his brother Jian Rui. Look at it. You will learn a little bit later. Battle is important, but life is more important. Although this Bing Xin is a complete powerhouse of the 8-star Do Emperor, but against this Master Lu's 9-star Do Emperor level strength, there is no doubt that he has no chance of winning. So for now, the only plan is to escape far away. Otherwise, whether it is the fire unicorn on Bing Xin's body or his own life, it will be at stake. Jian Wuqing explained. You poisonous fighting qi, compared to your poisonous sect master, you are not too stubborn, you are really a terrifying little guy. Master Lu said slightly. As soon as Master Lu finished speaking, a strong aura appeared instantly, and then his pupils shrank tightly, and he suddenly waved towards the green Do Qi that was evading toward the sky. Although I don't know why, I told Master Lu intuitively that the viscous liquid contained in this green fighting qi was a deadly threat to him, so Master Lu would definitely not let the liquid spread. With a palm wave, the terrifying black aura of death instantly poured out along with the huge energy handprint, and then confronted the green grudge. Boom boom boom. The two collided abruptly and defenselessly. You've been fooled. In Bing Xin's beautiful eyes, the worry that she had just activated her green grudge to go towards the sky turned into the joy now. The reason why Bing Xin directed her attack towards the sky was because of her green fighting spirit. The viscous liquid in the jade bottle is a kind of poison called poison mantian. Under the protection of green fighting qi, this kind of poison is no different from ordinary water, but the poison in the sky contains extremely terrifying poison, and this kind of poison, once attacked by other powers, will instantly swell up, and then turn into countless poisonous smoke and drift away. Here is Bing Xin's backhand. Such terrifying poisonous smog, even Master Lu, who was as strong as the 9-star Do Di, dared not underestimate him. Immediately, the Black Death aura and aura instantly attached to his body, forming a huge protective cover to surround him. No. Master Lu regretted it the next moment. How could he know that Bing Xin's poisonous poison had such a terrifying effect? Bang bang bang. With Master Lu's terrifying attack, the green Do Qi was instantly wiped out, and then the viscous liquid in the green Do Qi suddenly exploded at a speed visible to the naked eye. With the explosion of the viscous liquid, the entire rock trail turned green. Ads by Pub Future. The air is filled with deadly poison. What a terrifying poisonous gas. Kendama murmured. Let's go. Jian Wuqing saw this, without hesitation. Pulling Kendama is a 100-meter sprint. If such a terrifying poisonous gas entered their bodies, the fate would be indescribable, so Jian Wuqing did not hesitate too much, and directly pulled Kendama away from here. Master Lu of the 9-star Do Di level is here. If they want to take away the fire qi pill, it is more difficult than ascending to the sky, so they simply give up and leave here. Haha, have the two little guys from Wanjianmen left? Under the rocks on the side, old Zhu whispered. Just after Mr. Zhu finished speaking, he was covered with a black cloak, covering his entire body, only revealing a pair of exhausted eyes. At this time, Old Bamboo's body was slowly protected by black and white fighting chi. No matter how powerful the green poisonous chi in the sky was, it couldn't touch Old Bamboo in the slightest. Do Chi is a terror with the power of life and death added to the original thunder attribute. Master Lu, you will change if you are late. Chen Xin on the side said eagerly. The price he paid for this Master Lu's call was quite expensive, so he was bound to win this fire Chidan. To shut up. I know. Master Lu was suddenly shocked and shouted angrily. He was a dignified 9-star Do Emperor level powerhouse, and he couldn't help but feel anger in his heart when he was turned around by this Bingshan 8-star Do Emperor's perfect little doll. Little baby, you have exhausted my patience. Hand over the fire Chidan, or else I'll let you know the power of the 9-star Do Emperor. Master Lu shouted angrily, and the huge 9-star Do Emperor's aura instantly spread out. Then it depends on whether you have that ability. Bingshan heard the words, and her figure was instantly hidden in the green poisonous gas. This poison filled the sky, and the poison turned the dozens of miles they were in into a dead zone full of green poisonous gas, and Bingshan also used this green poisonous gas very well to hide her figure. This video will end here.